Jesus Christ, this is the one y'all voted for. Still in shock over that, but regardless, here I am. So, welcome everybody. My name is Brendan Reviews, and what can I say? What can I say about this shit? Well, remember when I spoke about Guso Milk and how the Japanese are different when it comes to censorship in adult films? Well, today we are looking at another one of those cases. From eccentric psycho cinema to the guinea pig movies to Janky Janky to Guso Milk, and even with the mention of a terrible meal, I have one question. What the fuck is wrong with you guys in Japan? Like, seriously, is plain old sex and just getting a good old nobbin not good enough for you guys?
No masturbating.
I am in disbelief, truly at the shock of this whole thing, let alone, speaking of shock, the fact that a good chunk of all the shockumentaries that come out from the world also happen to come from you guys as well. You'd think a country would have their priorities straight, but the Japanese are on some nympho shit, I tell ya. Today's video is another continuation in the another reason why I will never go into a Japanese video store series. This wonderful set of 5 films is the devious, dastardly, cheaply made films known as the Sadi Scream Series. Look at these fucking covers, like, come on. Oh. It's giving that one friend who likes anime and says that they like to watch porn for the plot type of energy. These films are extremely hard to get a hold of, well, seeing as there's not very much of a high demand for this type. Well, that's not true.
Oh my god. Oh, hell no, man.
But not only this, there's also just no physical copies of this outside of the country of Japan. This also means that the Japanese are the only ones who can possibly fucking understand what is going on in these movies, seeing as none of them have subtitles at all. I'm not about to waste 5 to 6 hours of my life basically trying to make inferences, so this is not a 100% incomplete detailed breakdown of each one of these films, and so all this really is it's just going to be a brief plot synopsis, breaking down a little bit of what happens in each film, kind of describing how they were made with the information that I've gathered, and just the reputation that these movies hold. So, without further ado, this is why I am telling you, do not watch the Sadi Scream series. The Sadi Scream series began on August 10th of 2007 with Sadi Scream 1. Now, what makes this series very interesting is the fact that all 5 of these movies came out the same year, literally within months of each other. And when I say within months of each other, I mean within months from the first entry to the last entry. Everything else falls within those couple of months. The first one came out on August 10th. The second one came out on August 24th. The third came out on September 14th. The fourth on the 28th of September. And the 5th entry came out on November 9th of 2007. So within 3 months, we've got 5 of these pseudo-snuff movies where they're all kind of mockeries of other films, one of which mocks the Saw franchise. These movies were all produced by the Japanese company named Zeus, which seems to be a child company to the parent company of Giga, also known as GTS. These guys have made all of these movies. It's quite astonishing that we have came to a point where we have a plot in something on tier 7. But for real though, it kind of belongs on tier 5 alongside eccentric psycho cinema, The Taming of Rebecca, and Tumbling Doll of Flesh. Truthfully, I have no idea why they are on tier 7, as tier 7 is more for the extreme fetishes of the world as opposed to more pseudo-snuff. Jesus Christ, I will never say this shit ever again once this series is done. I can't believe I uttered those words in a sentence like that. Wow. Anyways, these movies all collectively have similar plots of people, specifically women, getting too close to something that they are investigating, researching, discovering, or pursuing, and it ultimately bites them in the ass. These movies are seen as sort of a joke amongst the Mondo film scene, as these movies are not all they are hyped up to be. I've heard many people say that the Sadi Scream movies are something to hold in high regard as they represent how disturbing the iceberg can get. But really, this shit? Like, seriously, they've got the budget of a 1930s grocery store cashier who's living through the fucking Depression and Dust Bowl. I have never heard of something so idiotic than to think that these movies have some sort of value. I mean, that's literally pure lunacy. These movies have no remote value or quality behind them, so, like, come on, who actually thought these movies were gonna be good, right? But genuinely, these movies have pretty interesting plots. And just an FYI, I'm gonna be pulling some of my information from the Letterboxd, like, plot synopsis that they have on there and using other people's information as well to help describe these movies, but I have some of my own info, and you're gonna hear kind of a hodgepodge of all of it. But regardless, let's hop into Sadi Scream 1. The first one settles around a TV reporter who begins to investigate an organization that is dedicated to the trafficking of human organs. The investigation will then lead her to a waste disposal company where she is ultimately tortured to death. Now, how does that sound for a film? These movies are genuinely shot like a TV movie that is trying so desperately to be seen as edgy and atmospheric, but instead come off as cheaper than your fucking neighbor's little garage haunted house down the street. But all that really happens in the first movie is that this Asian woman learns of a underground organ trafficking ring, then goes to interview someone who may have a connection to it. She then strips for him, gets fingered, her and her team get captured, and then the movie ends with all of them dying, but not before the female of the group gets tortured and plays with her own guts. Yeah, what do I say about this one? The acting is terrible, and none of it makes any fucking sense in the world because it doesn't have subtitles for me. The gore is laughable, with the funniest and fakest looking decapitated head I have ever fucking seen in a film. And all of this transpires into a film where nothing happens. The bad guys win and our main characters die. I mean, it's just that. I don't know what to say, honestly. How this movie led into a 5-installment fucking pseudo-snuff franchise is beyond me, but regardless, the Japanese have more to come. So let's talk about Sadi Scream 2. Well, first off, this film was made by Toru Sakata, the same guy who made this movie here named Super Heroine 6, or something like that. This is another film by the production company of Giga, or GTS, but regardless, the fact that this guy is a regular for them, they must have liked his work. So, what did this guy do with Sadi Scream 2 to make him a regular at the company of Giga? Yeah, this is the Saw ripoff that everyone says these movies are. The Letterboxd description really says it all too. A Japanese splatter movie inspired by the Saw franchise. Yeah. But regardless, this movie starts with this woman who is our main character stuck in this movie's version of the nail helmet thing from the second Saw movie. Difference is that this isn't just the opening of the movie. It then cuts back and forth between the moment she's stuck in that trap, her talking with a friend, then them being captured and what leads into the opening. Seriously, this movie tries to be as complicated as the Saw movies, but it never goes anywhere. Plus, there's more sexual related stuff like trying to find a key inside of a woman's ladies bits, and yeah, this movie along with the franchise is just unwatchable, and all of the details I am telling you are from skimming through this shit by rapidly tapping the fast forward 30 seconds button. But basically, the guy she is with dies, and then she dies after she stabs her stomach, pulls out a key, gets out of the trap, and then the serial killer doing all of this finishes her off, and the movie ends. Another real winner of a movie, guys. Just congratulations. I loved it. But this isn't the last one, so let's take a look at Sadi Scream 3. This one is more of the same, and no, you don't believe me? For real, the Letterboxd description for this literally says, the third entry in the series. But all this one is a woman who has dreams of dying, ends up dying. Yup, she has a dream about a toy box killer looking dildo screwing her, being sexually assaulted by a man in a cell, being tortured in a different cell, and then being dismembered by masked hockey mask killers. Just a dumb movie. Same complaints for the last one apply to this one as well. Boring as shit. Next movie. Sadi Scream 4 is just super non-fucking sensical. This one's probably the hardest to follow out of all of them, I guess, because it just... I don't understand how step 1 leads into step fucking 2 and then leads into step fucking 17. This one irks me a little bit. Two guys take an interest in this red-dressed girl. One of them stalks her, receives brain, and then she receives brain as this older suited Asian man interrupts them. Then both are caught, brought to a cell/dungeon where both are tortured and killed, with the woman being sexually assaulted. Or, in other words, boobs and blood. You get the gist. Do I really need to say more? I mean, this one has no plot and just shit happens for the sake of happening. I really can't imagine the fifth one being any different, and it turns out I'm right. Sadi Scream 5. I don't need to tell you anything. I just need to show you these 5 pictures, and you get the gist. That's Sadi Scream 5 for you. I have no words, honestly. These movies are just repulsive and deeply boring as well. I can't see how anyone can genuinely enjoy these movies, even in an ironic sense, get aroused by them, or find any sort of enjoyment with this, besides getting bored out of their fucking mind. Like, seriously, the fact that there are 5 of these movies, meaning that there had to have been some sort of market for this type of shit, just kind of baffles me. I don't understand why the Japanese... Not to just shit talk on the Japanese, because genuinely, you guys gave me Godzilla, and that's one of the greatest things to my heart. I love Godzilla so much. But genuinely, like, you guys know how to do horror. You guys know how to do action movies. You guys know how to do monster movies. You guys know how to do so many different beautiful pieces of film, and just... Why? Why are you guys the guys known for tentacle bestiality, fetish of just the most fucked up kinds in the fucking world? I will never fucking understand it. I don't know why this one's fucking breaking me, but it's just baffling that, like, all of this shit came from the fucking Japanese. It came from fucking Japan. And it's baffling. It really gets to me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand that people are allowed to have fetishes. They are allowed to have their things that they enjoy in life. I understand that shit. But for the love of fuck, why are we focused on pseudo snuff, playing with people's guts, getting shit on, fucking any type of animal known to man, puke and piss? I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. I don't fucking get it. Oh, shit. I gotta stop talking about this. I don't know why this is the one that got me. Regardless, fuck these movies. You can watch them, sure, but I'm telling you, please, I'm just telling you, do not watch the Sadi Scream series. Oh. Thank you guys, genuinely. Sorry it took a long time for me to start pumping out videos again. You guys are actually in my new home right now. Me and Haley just got a house, so we've been busy. We've been busy with a lot of moving and a lot of just trying to get life back on our feet. Literally right after I put out the Orozco the Embalmer video, we started packing very heavily. I was trying to work 45, 50 hours a week just to, and because I can't work weekends, Mondays through Fridays were my only times to work. So, and just anytime I got time off, I had to pack, and it's just, life got in the fucking way. But anyways, I'm trying to make the comeback. I'm finally starting to get back into the flow of things. I got scripts that have been written fully, and so now it's time to actually start filming those and editing them. I managed to get out the MD Pope 2 rework stuff because I at least knew what I wanted to do with that, and I didn't really need to do much more than just take my old script, rework a few things, and then go from there. But you guys are in my new home. My name is Brendan Reeves, and I hope you guys have a great day, evening, night, whatever the fuck time you guys are watching this, and I will see you all next time.